Hey guys, it's Tony here at gamefreakblog, bringing you another video. As you can see from the screen, there is some Need for Speed Hot Pursuit playing. I haven't played it in an age, so the gameplay that you're going to see isn't the most terrific. I'm crashing and bounding and slamming and doing all sorts of stuff that I shouldn't really have been doing. It's one of those games that I absolutely love playing, and I really am going to start getting back into it because I caned it for about 4 days solid when I first got it. And I've just plugged it in just to get this footage for no other reason than I wanted to play it again. I was just looking through the game shelf and I saw it. And I plugged it in and there were loads of people that had taken down some of the scores that I got on the board. So I'm going to make it my life's work to take down some of those scores that are on that board. So, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit anyway. That's what's going on at the minute. Now the reason that I'm doing this video is I'm just going to give some thoughts about E3. As you probably know, E3 is going to be happening a week from now. I can't remember the dates exactly. I'm sure that the Microsoft talk is going to be happening next Monday, I think it is. And I think it's around about 5:30 PM UK time. I know that the Sony one is going to be happening around about 2 AM UK time, so I'm not even going to bother watching that. I'm just going to catch it the day after. And I think that the Nintendo's little showing, the Nintendo conference, is going to be happening around 7:30 AM UK time. And I can't remember what day that is. So the only one that I'm really going to tune in to watch is Microsoft. Now I don't usually do videos like this. Usually whenever I upload a video, if you watch my videos at all, you can probably tell that I usually always just talk about the game that that is on the screen. But I'm just going to give a few thoughts about E3 2013, what I reckon will be shown there, and just my thoughts on console gaming at the moment in general, because I have to admit that I'm very I've got a very morose feeling about console gaming at the moment. It's just not really doing it for me. With all of the announcements that have come out over the past couple of weeks about what the certain video game companies are going to be showing at E3, it's done nothing to kind of get me excited. If anything, it's just gone more to alienate me towards the current state of console gaming that it is. Now, lots of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, rumour and speculation. You know, nothing's really been confirmed at the moment. But therein lies the problem, that you have a company such as Microsoft that come out and show off their new Xbox One console, and it's the future of TV and it's the future of gaming, and this is what we're doing with the console now. And the amount of conflicting information that's been going on from various spokespeople from within Microsoft and the Xbox division themselves have just led to nothing but confusion, and this is why people start to speculate, because they haven't actually come out with a concrete answer. It just seems like the right hand hasn't been talking to the left. You know, we hear one person say one thing regarding used games, and then someone comes out and says something that the complete polar opposite. Someone comes out and says, you know, oh well, we do need an online connection. Someone else comes out and says, well, you don't. So much stuff that's just going around, and I think it's completely and utterly alienated me as a consumer, as what they like to call you now, as a customer. Now, I don't consider myself as a real Xbox fanboy, but the vast majority of my gaming is on the Xbox. I've been an Xbox owner since day one of the original system. I've been an Xbox owner since day one of the 360 console, but the Xbox One, I'm not going to be buying it at this moment in time. I'm not going to say that I'm never ever going to buy it, but the way that it's currently set up and the way that they've drip-fed information out just really off-puts me. It doesn't give me any confidence in them as a whole. It almost seems like what Microsoft are doing, they're trying to seem like they can get it's almost like they want to see what they can get away with. So they've almost gone out and said there's going to be no used games, it's going to be online only, you're going to need to pay a certain amount of money if a friend borrows a game from you and sticks it in his console. It's almost like they've come out and said all this and then wait for the feedback
So then they can come out and say, well, none of that was actually confirmed. You know, what we are doing is this. You know, what better market research are you going to get from social media? I mean, most companies would pay millions of pounds to get the kind of market research that Microsoft are getting for free at this moment in time. You know, Twitter, from the day of the Xbox reveal, Twitter, Facebook, various gaming forums, gaming websites were going absolutely ballistic about what's going on with the Xbox One console. And you know that people at Microsoft were listening. You know that they were tuning in and listening to the feedback and all of the kind of grumbles and all of the concerns that people had. Major Nelson came out today and said, you know, we are listening to people and wait for E3. I'm completely sure that they're going to have something to turn around and say with us on E3, but basically lots of the stuff that's come out about the console anyway just essentially means that I don't want it. For me, there were two main things. One was the mandatory Connect, and the second one was the online only, specifically because my internet connection is crap. It drops out all of the time, and, you know, am I going to be punished for that as a consumer? Connect, I've got no interest in it whatsoever. I don't want to turn my TV on with my voice. I don't want to play a Connect game. I had a Connect, I got rid of it. It just doesn't speak to me whatsoever. Having had a quick look, I know it's rumour and speculation. There was a image circulating around the Twitter sphere the other day about some games that Microsoft may be showing off at E3. One of them was a new Banjo-Kazooie game. One of them looked like it might be Dead Rising 3. There were 2 new Halo titles in there. There was Fable 4. And it's, I mean, I know every console needs their exclusives, but I'm done with it. I'm really done with it. I don't want to see what Master Chief gets up to next. I don't want to play through another promise the fucking earth but doesn't deliver version of Fable. Banjo-Kazooie, I think it was a real underrated gem on the 360, but that kind of platforming thing doesn't suit me anymore. So if I'm kind of turned off the Xbox, what else have I got? I've got the PlayStation. Sorry, my phone's going off. I've got the PlayStation, which you know, basically, and there's lots of things going around as well that Sony, people are saying, oh, wait till what Sony are going to implement this online thing. I think Sony have come out and confirmed it all already. Sony have said that as far as they're concerned, their console isn't going to be online only. It's not going to be a requirement for the system. You can switch the machine off and play, disconnect it from the internet and play a game. And they're not going to be implementing the kind of harsh DRM measures that seems to be going with Microsoft. What Sony have said is that we're not implementing it, but it's completely down to developers. If developers want to put this DRM thing into their game, then they're more than happy to do that, but we're not doing it as a company, and that's exactly why Sony have been really quiet about this at the moment. Now, out of the consoles, the only one that I'd kind of say really, really interests me is the PlayStation 4, just for that reason. But again, the only games that I've seen come out, nothing really interests me. Okay, maybe the next David Cage game looks fairly interesting. Of course, if they give out any information about The Last Guardian, I'm going to be over that like a fat kid over pie, because the Team Ico stuff I think is fantastic. But again, I'm not getting really excited about it. So if we kind of take that out of the equation, then what we're left with is the Wii U. Now, I've usually bought every single console on the day of release. I have up until the Wii U. That was the only console that I didn't buy on the day of release, and I'm so glad that I did that, because as much of a Nintendo fan as I am, that console is floundering. It is in such a bad position at the moment. EA presumably not going to be doing any games. They've said that the Frostbite 3 engine just will not work on the Wii U, so that means the next installment of Mass Effect isn't going to be on the system. The next installment of Battlefield isn't going to be on the system. Whatever EA do, if they decide to give, you know, Nintendo a little handout and say, oh, here you go, you can have this game on your system or whatever, The only thing Nintendo have got going for it is their first party games, and what Nintendo really need to do in my eyes this E3 to even make me think about picking up a Wii U is say, you know what, thank you so much for bearing with us, thank you for your patience, you know, you're our real die-hard fans, we admit that there's not been much out for you at the moment, you know, you've waited a long time for this, but here's what's coming up this year, here's what's coming out within the next 2 years on the system, and then they roll out two new Zelda games, let's say, a new Mario 3D game, a new Mario Kart, a new F-Zero, a new Smash Brothers, even though I'm not into that kind of thing. What else? A new version of Pokemon, a big 3D Pokemon that everyone's been dying for. You know, if Nintendo can come out and fire off all of these first-party games to make up for the lack of third-party support that it's going to be getting, they're probably going to be in with a chance. But even that being said, I'm still sitting here at this moment in time thinking to myself, do I really want to play through another Zelda game? Which, I mean, I know Zelda's got its fans and whatever, but you've got to admit it's been the same game since Link to the Past. It's the same kind of format, and they're kind of... Nintendo kind of put themselves into a trap with their games. It's the same with all exclusive games, such as Halo, Gears of War. That you know, you can't change these games too much because the cry out from the die-hard fans will be absolutely massive. And I just don't know if I can be arsed anymore. I really do not know if I'm going to be taking part in the next generation at all. As I said, I'm not one of these gamers that's sitting here saying, "Oh, fuck Xbox, I'm not going to get one at all." I'm not like that, because I'm willing to change my mind, just as I'm willing to consider buying a Wii U should they show some games that I'm actually interested in playing. You know, I'll be the first to say if they drop a new, absolutely amazing looking version of Star Fox, I'll be considering the console. You know, should Sony show off an amazing version of The Last Guardian, I'll be considering a PS4. Should Microsoft turn around and say, well, you know what, you don't really have to use Kinect, you know, all that stuff was bullshit that we said before, I might even consider it. So that's my feelings at the moment. I'm thinking in the very near future, I'm just going to become a complete retro gamer. The video's out, so you're just looking at a blank screen at the moment. I apologise about that. But, you know, what do you actually think? I mean, are you excited for the next gen? Could you give no shits about it whatsoever? Can you just see yourself sticking with this generation of consoles until that time dies and then maybe think about picking up a console? I don't know. You know, are you just feeling completely ambivalent about it all, as I am? So, guys, thank you for tuning in and listening to me waffle. Tony here from gamefreakblog, signing out until the next video. I'd love to hear your comments, so please drop me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.